Hi folks, today we'll discuss about incident management. We'll try to understand the steps of incident management and we will go through how to handle an incident. We'll cover all the processes that are involved in successfully uh, managing an incident in a corporate environment. According to NIST guidelines for incident response, there are four phases in incident response. The first one is preparation, then detection and analysis, then containment, eradication and recovery, and post-incident activity. We'll go through all of them. So what all we need to prepare for incident management? In the preparation phase, we need to first ensure that we have a policy, a company-wide policy to handle incident. That policy gives high-level instructions about managing, handling, escalating an incident. Then we need to have a team. We need to have a assigned team to handle the incidents as they come. Third, we need to have the technology in place to identify and detect an incident. The next phase is about detection. How do you detect an incident? Do you have the sufficient tools and technology in place to detect an incident? So you need to have the security monitoring in place with the help of tools like SIM, EDR, IDS, firewalls, logging capabilities, WAF, and it can go on based on the business that you are running, based on the technology that you have implemented to uh, monitor the business that you are running. Then you need to analyze whether it is an event or an incident. You need to have the capability to differentiate between a normal event and an incident. You need to have the capability to correlate the events and then declare an incident. So SIM is definitely uh, helpful tool in an incident management. uh, Once you have declared an incident, you need to categorize it based on impact, severity, and urgency. What is the impact that incident have made? What is the severity? How severe is the incident? And what is the urgency of bringing the systems back into normal state of operation? The next stage is logging and documentation. Once you have declared an incident, you need to record all the relevant details. What is the source? What is the originator of the incident? What is the destination? Systems that are impacted, and mention a description. Describe the incident uh, in a few words. Then the incident triage and prioritization begins. You need to categorize or classify the incident based on the impact. What is the impact? How many systems are impacted? What is the severity? Whether it is high severity, medium severity, low severity? What is the urgency? You need to mention an urgency. What is the urgency of bringing it up according to business? Then you assign a priority. What is the priority that you want to assign to the incident based on the value it has to the business? Then you need to escalate the incident to the relevant team, and you need to communicate the stakeholders. You need to notify them that an incident has occurred. What's the difference between severity and priority? Severity is the technical aspect of the problem. For example, how huge the problem is. Do you need to make a small change or a big change? So that's the severity. High severity means the change is technically complex. Low severity means a small modification will fix the issue. Priority is according to business and stakeholders. How is it impacting the business and stakeholders? How important is that problem to the to the business. So the P1 incident is a very high priority incident according to business. So P1, P2, P3s are decided according to the business priority. Then the relevant team would investigate and analyze the incident further. The investigation team will try to find out the root cause, the list of affected systems. Then they will analyze logs and try to understand in detail the scope and impact that the incident has on the system. Then once you have analyzed the incident and you have involved the relevant parties into the incident, the containment begins. The containment starts with first isolating the systems which are affected, gaining access to their consoles, isolating them, quarantining the systems, and then making sure that the infection is not spreading to the other systems. Then you need to have a resolution plan in place to ensure the system recovery. So what are the components that you might need access to? You might need access to the backups, to the snapshots of the systems. You might need to rebuild the whole system completely and then restore data and applications, and then you need to ensure that the applications are operational with the data that you've restored. And when the systems are back recovered and they are back into fully operational state, then you need to close the incident. You need to communicate it to the stakeholders, and you need to update the incident with the proper timestamps. You need to close the incident. Once the incident is closed, you need to do a post-incident review with the team. You need to analyze the incident, how the incident management, how the incident response functioned. You need to review the whole process and identify if there are lessons that are learned in the particular incident, and if there are lessons learned, and generally there are, you need to then update your documentation. That includes policy, procedure, and the training documentation. Finally, create a report which is called an incident report and share it with all the stakeholders. Communicate it, and you need to keep all the incident reports at a common location so that it can be reviewed at any point of time. Save it in a common folder at a shared location.